Here's the calculator part of level 3 for 3.1. Number 6, if a ball is thrown directly upward with a velocity of 40 feet per second, its height in feet after t seconds is given by y equals 40t minus 16t squared. So we're going to first take a look at what the height of the ball is at 2 seconds. As we see, our input here is t, which normally we see as our x value. That's going to be our time in seconds. Our y value is our height. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the video and we're going to see how to graph this on the graphing calculator. Here we're going to take a look at some calculator functions. So in order to do that, we're first going to have to go and plug in our equation. So we press our y equals button here and we're going to type in 40x minus 16x squared. We use x because that's how our calculator uses our inputs. So we're going to go and press graph to see what this looks like. And then we're going to go and adjust our window. So we're going to press this window button here, the second one over, and I'm going to change my y maximum. Let's go and change it to 20 and see what that does to our graph. We see that we get more of our graph on the upper part. So now, that's still not enough. We want to be able to see the vertex, so we're going to scroll down. Let's change this to 40 and just see what happens. And now we can see our whole thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and take a look at the table for the first part, because whenever we have an x value that we're plugging in, we can see our y value. So in this case, at 2 seconds, our height, our y value is 16 feet. So we get our height is 16 feet. Part B, what is the maximum height attained by the ball? Now we're going to go and take a look again at our graph, and we're going to be finding the maximum height, or our vertex, the y value of our vertex. So in order to do that, we're going to use some of the calculation features. We're going to press second and then calculate, and we're going to go up to maximum. I'm going to press maximum, and now I get this cursor. And I can use my left or right arrows to move the cursor. So if I go and look at the prompts, it's going to prompt me 3 things. The first one is my left bound. So I'm going to make sure that my cursor is to the left of the vertex, and I'm going to press enter. Then it asks me for my right bound. I'm going to move my cursor to my right side and press enter. And then I'm going to go and guess up at the top, the very top of our parabola. So I'm going to press enter, and now I have my maximum. So at 1.25 seconds, my y value is 25, and that's my maximum height. And now part C, how much time will pass before the ball reaches a height of 10 feet? Again, this we know means our y is 10, and we're trying to find now our x or our t value. For part C, we need to find where y equals 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and actually plot a line of where y equals 10 on the graph. And then we're going to go and use our calculation feature again to see where the parabola intersects the line. As we can see, there's going to be 2 different values. So we're going to press second, calculate, and our intersect. We want to be on the first curve, so we're on the parabola, and we can press enter. Then we want to be anywhere along the y equals line. And we're going to press enter. And then I'm going to try and get as close to the intersection as possible and press enter. So our first section here is 0.2817. We're going to round to the nearest thousand, so it's just going to be 0.282 seconds. Then we're going to go and do this again. So we're going to go second, calculate, intersect, and now we want to go over to the other point of intersection. So I'm on the parabola. I'm going to press enter. Now I'm on the y equals 10 line, and I'm going to press enter. And now I'm going to guess as close to that intersection as possible and press enter. So my second time where they intersect, or where y equals 10, we're going to be at 2.218 seconds. And now for part D, when will the ball fall to the ground? When we're at the ground, that means our y value equals 0. So we're going to be looking for what we've already called our zeros, or our roots, or solutions, whenever our y value equals 0. The last prompt here is asking you when it will hit the ground. So if we take a look at our graph, I don't need this y equals 10 anymore, so I can clear that out. And now I want to see when it reaches the ground. Now, we've learned this in level 2. This is what we call a 0. So we're going to go and calculate our 0 here. We're going to move our cursor all the way over. Again, it's going to give us the 3 prompts: left bound, right bound, and guess. So I'm going to be to the left of my point and press enter. I'm going to be down below to the right of my point. Anywhere on the right side is fine, even if you don't see the cursor. You're going to press enter, and then I'm going to go back up and guess as close to that point as possible and press enter. So here it reaches the ground at 2.5 seconds. If you do have any questions on any of these calculator skills, please call me over and I can go over it with you one-on-one.